Hello, I'm Brian Fox. Welcome to I Hate Rock Music, which I don't really hate. And in this video, I want to talk about a really awesome British band called Crush Butler. And they were around from 1969, 1971. And a lot of people may not have heard of them. Um, it was Jesse Hector, Alan Butler, Daryl Reed, and they were a trio. And they were very much a proto-punk band. And in fact, even the way they looked with their ripped t-shirts and their studded belts, their straight leg jeans, they looked like a punk band. And then when you hear the music, um, it's definitely very punk. There's a 20 minutes worth of material that have been released as a record, and it's out there now. And there's one tune on there that's definitely slower and more in line with a lot of the heavy rock bands in the UK at that time. And Crush Butler obviously had that heavy side to them, and they played with a lot of those bands like High Tide and the Groundhogs and the like. And they would have been a great show opener, and I guess they got quite the reception from audiences. So people like their fast, very proto-punk sound. They have a lot in common with the Pink Fairies in some respects. And they eventually uh, turned into a punk band, more or less, with Jesse Hector, called the Hammersmith Gorillas. And that's kind of where I first came across the work of Jesse Hector. And years later, I was surprised to find out he was in Crush Butler. But Hammersmith Gorillas came out with some singles during the punk era, then changed their name to the Gorillas, then changed their name to Tiger, then changed their name to Helter Skelter. And they did have interest from labels like EMI and Decca, but nothing really seemed to happen for them. But once again, we're really lucky to have some recorded material left behind. I assume that everything they recorded was released because the record is only a little over 20 minutes long, but they're short and fast numbers and loud, and so you get a fair amount of tracks for 20 minutes. But they're definitely probably one of the most proto-punk bands of any bands I've heard. If somebody had played it for me and told me that it was recorded in 1978, I have no reason not to believe them. But they got a great sound. It's great to hear that kind of proto-punk with a little heaviness thrown in. That whole 69 to 71 sound. And cool name too, Crush Butler. I guess named after Alan Butler in the band. But as I mentioned, we have that 20 minutes of music. I'll post it below and check it out. If you haven't heard them, you're going to be in for a surprise. The fact that a band like this could exist in 1971 is really saying something. So anyway, not much else I can say about Crush Butler other than check them out. Post it below. Um, Great stuff. I wish we had a lot more, and I wish we had some live material as well, because word has it they were a hell of a live band, and often showed up the headlining acts they were opening for. I'm Brian Fox. Thanks for watching I Hate Rock Music.